For the first week, I think that we are on schedule. Our field supervisors and our area coordinators have met after the first week. They have received questionnaires that have been completed, and we have gotten a count so far of those households that have cooperated with the census takers. We are approximately about quarter the way, because we are scheduling it for 4 weeks, hoping we can do it in 4 weeks. And enumerators were expected to do at least 25% of the households that were assigned to them.
Well, I actually have 4 enumerators that work under me, and they've been very successful. I was fortunate in that most of my enumerators actually live in the same area that they're actually enumerating.
I work in the district of West Bay, and so far I've completed 73 households. Some of my experiences so far have been, some of the people are still not sure about what the census is all about. Some of them feel that if they're not Cayman, they're not being questioned. I've had pretty good experiences, the majority of the persons that I've visited, and it's been going really good so far.
I've been welcomed by people. I've been chased by dogs. I jumped on my car on Saturday, but I still went back and continued doing what I was supposed to do. Mostly for those that don't speak English that well, it's a bit more difficult, but it's pretty good. They're understanding. I've done 68 houses. My overall experience with the public is good. It's very welcoming. I think it's actually for the benefit of the country, the population count, the housing count, and general other questions that fall in there with it.
I've been working in the district of Town, and I have been lucky to have been placed in Northward, where I actually live. So it's given me a chance to interact with my neighbors, whom I don't usually speak to on a daily basis, and now I'm out speaking to everybody, getting to know each other more. I guess I have 50% of the persons who know about the census, and they're well versed in it. They've heard about, on the radio, TV, whatever. So I don't have to explain very much. I just, reassure them that the information is confidential, and but the persons, say the other 50% of persons who haven't heard of it, then I sit down and I let them know it is confidential. The information is safe. So you can feel free to give me the information. I do have resistance when I ask persons, how many laptops do you have? How many telephones do you need? Or, that kind of stuff. How many cell phones in a household? How many boats do you have? And persons look at me like, why do you need to know that? And I'm like, well, they need to know how Cayman is growing. Like I said, I'm in my neighborhood. I'm getting to know all the people in my neighborhood. I'm like, I live right down the road from you. And they're like, oh, really? You're in Northwood as well? I'm like, yeah. So it's enjoyable. We'll see what the next 10 years bring.
It's been a challenge sometimes to get the households at the address, and the weather sometimes cooperates or doesn't cooperate in terms of getting people at their homes. But most people are responsive, they're aware, they know the importance of giving this information, and they may be reluctant, and we've explained to our enumerators to reassure the households. And if they're genuinely concerned, they can always contact the census office, and they can field any questions that they may have, and we'll address them and see how we can work with them to give us the information.
Eventually, after the 4th visit, the enumerator will leave a callback card at your door with her name and a phone number. Please return or call that person to say when you are available. Maybe that person showed up at a time when you were busy, and we could understand that. So if you get a callback card, kindly call that number and say when you would be available, so that person could return to your house at a time that is convenient to you. We want to come to you, so please give us a call if you were not there when that person stopped by and left a card.